When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
You can see that I'm not playing a 12-string acoustic, but what you're hearing is a 12-string acoustic. So, guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, if you're old school, you might be getting a little bit kind of overloaded with the whole Helix deal, but it's good to know everything, and it's all you need to know, to be completely honest. So today, we had a little kind of question from Davia 737 of the 737 clan. And he wanted to basically get us to play through Variax models through the Helix and see what the integration was like for those particular two systems. So our dream rig, as it was and still might be. So we've had an absolute blinding gentleman come forward and loan us his pride and joy, which is Variax of some denotion. What is it?
That, my friend, is a JTV 89 USA, so it's a
there
James
it is.
Tyler Variax.
Yeah, it's a James Tyler.
Made in the States.
Bang
as
on.
Opposed to the Korean one.
And who was the fantastic gentleman that lent us this?
That's my good friend Carl Baden.
Carl Baden. Go Baden, Big Baden, go Baden. He's amazing. So thanks so much for lending us this, Carl. It's awesome, dude. And then Bibby was so impressed. He went out and bought himself one. So he got this bad boy from the interwebs. And it's very, very pretty. And what you might need to know is that, yes, these are both Variaxes, but they come with completely different knobs and different patches, different presets, which is kind of cool because it's in keeping with the look of them. So this bad boy, as you can see, is a little bit of a hearkening to a different company's flagship model.
I think you can say it's a Les Paul.
I know, I was just going to...
You can go, oh, it's a single cut with a 59
It's a single cut style with, yeah, so as you can obviously see, it's a Les Paul copy. But I feel it's got, I'm not a big fan of Les Pauls, kill me if you need to, but I'd rather play this, to be completely honest with you. I really like it. Very, very nice. So slightly different models in there, but still just as nice. This guy is he's your Ferrari, he's your shredder guy who wants to try some Variax models. So this has got slightly different models, as we've said, but I think you can you download any model into any patch?
Yeah, the models are the same, basically. The only thing that's different out of the box is the tunings, the sort of set tunings are different, but all the models are all the same.
So it's the tunings that are different.
It's the tunings that are different.
Right, so
again, you can set them up yourself.
You can set them up yourself. Excellent job. So yeah, so they're basically the same, but they just come out of the box slightly differently. So what I've done is, we had I had a 500X. Baby's now rocking a 500X. So the integration on 500X seems relatively easy to set up, whereas the Helix wasn't so easy. So what we found doing is, if you go into your input, you can see input Variax, and then what you can do is you can roll across, and it says Variax settings. If you set that to global, what's going to happen is that it's going to, basically whatever model you put in is going to be for every time you set your Variax up. If you set it up per channel, you can then set up a set list of different sounds with different guitars. So what I've done today is just set up, me and Bibby were just having a laugh, and it kind of harkened back to the buzz we had with the Amplify. It just seemed dead fun, and it was really easy to set up, and they sound really good, they feel really good. So it was just a dead good buzz. So it took us longer than it should have done to set up these presets. So what we've got here is a 12-string preset, which is the Guild 12-string, by messing about with the dials and knobs and stuff. And what you'll find is you get your present Variax model is Acoustic 4. So that just doesn't give you the full title, but it just gives you the 4th position on the acoustic knob. And that's what that's a preset of. It's like a 12-string model. And if I wanted to, I could then change the tuning. So, I'm now in drop D. That's what I was after. It doesn't feel like an acoustic, but it sounds like an acoustic. So that's it, really, really easy, so much fun, man. And I think, as Bib was saying something earlier, where he said like it'd be dead good as a compositional tool, and it is. Obviously, I don't have to run around trying to find a 12-string acoustic, plug it in and jam some tunes. I can kind of figure out how that's going to sound for me, and then just throw it into the mix. Really, really easy. So that's the 12-string model. So obviously it's a pretty empty patch. I'm just basically running a reverb out. Now what I have done is I have set up effects return. So my effects are going through my effects loop, and the model is going just basically through the front end. So I'm getting it through my amps as well. So sounds really, really good. So let's try a different model. So what I've got is I've got a set list of 4 presets or 4 banks. Heavy is a kind of Les Paul drop D. So that gives us that kind of ferocious metal tone, and that's with a big, like an angle of emulation. Then I've got the Les Paul, which is through a JCM 800, and that's a little bit more 80s hair. And then I've got this Fender twangy kind of preset, so we'll go for that one next. So now what I've got is a Fender Deluxe Verb with a Fender Strat in position 5. Now, if I go back to the input device, if I look, I've now got Spank 5. So it's saved in the preset, and this is what that sounds like. Which is really cool sound, man. It's inspirational. That's like, not a big fan of Fenders. Again, you're gonna hate me, but it makes me play differently.
That's John Mayer. That's a real sort of bluesy.
Yeah, it's got that kind of real, like kind of spanky blues thing going on. So all I've done there is I've put in a little bit of delay. So this is the tape. So it kind of degrades over time, which is really, really cool. A little bit of reverb, as I normally do. And this one's got a little bit of a tube screamer up the front as well. Take that tube screamer off. Totally got that kind of Fender spank thing going on. So let's move on. So I'll go back into my mode button to get my patches rather than my pedals. And I'm going to make all of these available in the custom tone thing that I've got. It's Zombie 7, I think it is. If not, I'll put the links in the description anyway. So this is our Les Paul kind of 80s beans. So sounds pretty good. What we've got there, so that's just the Les Paul, one of the Les Pauls. Little bit of a kind of JCM 800, just not so driven, and just a little bit of a Centaur kind of drive pedal at the front. Again, all the patches are available to you, but sounds really, really good. And this is very little tweaking, man. We haven't had a lot of time, so I've just grabbed in an amp and I'm just going to go for it. Next one we're going to look for is our heavy. So this is drop D and it's ferocious and it's a big fat angle. Sounds pretty good, man. So let's have a look and see what model that was. So it was the Leicester one, which is the Les Paul kind of variable and in drop D, which is pretty cool. So that's the kind of amps. Let's just go back to the Fender to kill that hiss. That's how the Variax interacts with stuff. You can go on to like Variax Edit and pretty much design your own guitar. The pickups are really good in it. You know what I mean? They're not a bad. It's not a bad sound at all. And if you like your shred, this is the one to go for. If you like your blues, that bad boy's the one to go for. And I think they do a very stratty looking one as well.
Yeah, it's like a cross between a Strat and a Jaguar. It's kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
But the necks are different on them all.
Yeah, so it's whatever floats your boat, really. So that's the interaction between the Helix and the Variax. If you have got that kind of weekend warrior set list that you need to do, this is a rig. You know what I mean? It's just going to totally sort you out. It's every guitar you'll ever need and every amp or kind of tone you'll ever need in a very little package. So that's it, guys. So we will see you in the next one. This has kind of been a bit of an eye-opener because I've avoided these like the plague. Don't know why, but it's so much fun. I might just have to sort something out. So, guys, I'll see you around. Go Baden, big Baden, go Baden, Baden. Go Baden, big Baden, go Baden, Baden. Go Baden, big Baden, go Baden, Baden.